made a discussion video similar to this one for phase 1 of the PTS. It was mainly about Countdown being underwhelming, also how it was so easy to complete, even solo. Overall, I didn't really feel like this game mode would keep me playing it. My opinion on that was based on not only the underwhelmed experiences, but also that none of the new exotics or named items were available to test alongside Countdown. I think that made me perceive it even worse. But now that Yannick and the guys have taken all of our suggestions into consideration, things have definitely changed, and for the better. I streamed phase 2, and never had there ever been more people in any streams I've done in the past. I thank all of you for showing up to support, but that's not the only record which was broken. This PTS also has more participation than there has ever been in the history of player test servers. I said in one of my other videos that when new content drops, everyone is coming back, no matter what people say, and it's already proven true with the PTS. Because now Countdown is significantly better, the devs have listened to our suggestions, and to put the icing on the cake, phase 2 came with the brand new weapons and gear, and they're all so good. I can't lie about this. I don't see any of them as being just average. They each have a specific purpose, but let me finish telling you about Countdown. The main complaint was about it being too easy, to the point where players would even solo a game mode that is intended for 8 players. Well, it's now scaled correctly, in my opinion. And there are other issues people expressed about it being like Summit, and I'll get into that as well. But the hunters felt like hunters this time around. They fought more aggressively by flanking us left and right, and they were tanky while hitting hard, like the hunters I remember. I actually felt like it was a challenge that motivated me to want to play more, because the map is beautiful, and Countdown to me seems like a unique mode now that it's difficult enough for me to pay more attention to the details. That being said, even though it has a few of the objectives that Summit has, I don't feel like I'm playing Summit at all. I honestly would rather play Countdown. First of all, there are more players on your team, so it's more engaging. It's always fast paced, and hunters are more readily available, which means more loot, so it's perfect for farming. And it's a great way to get your gear's efficiency up. Speaking of which, 𝐶𝐿 brought this to my attention first. I agree with him, because I do believe that you devs have overtuned the experience it takes for us to get our gear efficient. I think it was doubled, and I understand what you're trying to do. It's a grind, but I believe it's too much of one. I do have some suggestions regarding this though. If you guys are watching, then hear me out. With the efficiency being more time consuming to achieve, why not make Countdown more interesting so that the grind could be more enjoyable? For example, the map looks amazing. There's nothing wrong with that. Why not expand on that and have different scenarios in other locations, other maps, so that you have a variety of situations where something dramatic is supposed to happen. Not only that we have to protect the power plant, but maybe disarm multiple bombs that are set to go off and hostages are in a hotel tied up in multiple locations. We have a certain amount of time to disarm them and save the hostages. And I'm sure you're thinking up other scenarios, but doing this would add a ton of variety in my opinion. When loading in, there's always going to be that group wondering which Countdown map they're playing and arguing over which one is the best. It's just better overall for community engagement when you have a variety of things to do. One more suggestion: either tune down the experience required to get your gear efficient or make it worth the grind. Because personally, I don't really want to end up in a situation where I feel like I have to grind for something even when the content isn't up to par, like when it's dry. I mean, don't get me wrong, the nature of a grind is such that you will eventually get tired of it, but add some bonuses to it to keep it exciting here and there. Like during the Countdown, make time challenges that grant guaranteed god roll named items and weapons if you kill this specific named boss in the allotted time or something, and make it random. This would add an element of surprise that, if we do decide to pursue, could possibly cause us to fail the mission. I know at the moment Countdown is still being worked on, and that's what the PTS is for. Phase 1 was too easy and felt underwhelming. Phase 2 is getting my and others' attention and makes people want to play it. So this phase presents a challenge, but it's also overtuned a bit in other ways that could be balanced better, like I mentioned with the efficiency and such. And I really do hope there's more when it releases, because this mode has so much potential. You could even add a PvP element to this, and I'm talking something similar to the effect that Last Stand from Division 1 had on the community. PvEers and PvPers alike were happy playing that. It would be awesome, and I'm sure you guys have a lot of ideas planned for it. I just wanted to add my 2 cents, and I hope you take my suggestions into consideration. Now, let me briefly go over how I feel about these weapons. And real quick, if you do have access to the PTS and have not been able to find the new weapons that are available, here's what you have to do to find them. Start a brand new character in the PTS and begin from the Warlords of New York update. This will take you straight to the base of operations with your new character already equipped with everything new. Oh, and shout out to one of my members, FYB Sting, for telling me this, because at first I didn't even think the weapons were ready yet, because after I found this out, my energy level immediately increased and made the stream way more hype. Then I started getting into the new exotics and named weapons and gear. Boy oh boy, they are amazing. They're also unique, and I do believe things will change for the better in PvP. This has a lot to do with the new weapons and especially the gear set, Heartbreaker. I'll explain why in a separate video where I'll go over this in detail, because there's so many reasons for that and I just can't get into all of that in this discussion. But for the exotics, at the moment, aesthetically, they do not look like what you've seen so far. I can almost guarantee it. All the Division 2 exotics look beautiful and have a certain style to them. So these models are just placeholders. Be prepared to see what they're really going to look like in the days and weeks to come. But the talents, on the other hand, do work. And they're really great talents and are also, I say it again, unique. For example, the blue screen, which is the Stoner LMG, and I've always wanted a Stoner LMG variant for an exotic, and we finally have it. Oh my god, this weapon is different, man. You can control the exotic talent and how it is applied, something never before done with an exotic. And how well this talent synergizes with the Heartbreaker gear set is next to none. I can't really say that because the other exotics synergize with it well too, so we'll just have to see which one is best. And this is not one of those title updates where new weapons and gear are added to the loot pool and end up making other stuff obsolete. No, it's far from that. And as I said before, I'll be releasing tons of content specifically discussing everything new and why it'll be a better experience overall. Dread Edict is an absolutely amazing marksman rifle exotic that rewards you for precision and accuracy, because that thing does have a lot of recoil, even on mouse and keyboard. Kingbreaker with perfect flatline will humble anyone on the receiving end of it. And there is an LMG version of that talent as well, another Stoner variant. But hold on, we gotta take a moment of silence and pay homage to this new exotic called the Catharsis. When I tell you that this mask is top tier in regards to the other exotic masks we have, then I mean it. And I'm not saying it's better than them, because the others all have a unique purpose. What I'm saying is that the Catharsis has a talent that is a huge reason why PvP will get better overall. Now that's the only thing I'm going to say about this, because I also have an entire video coming out dedicated to this mask explaining why I believe that. And I don't really have much more to say about this. I think I've expressed everything I could based on what I've played so far. Maybe I'll stream again today and we can work on some builds together, or maybe not. We'll see how it goes. But let me know down below what you think of Phase 2 so far, and tell me what you like about it. Tell me if you liked it. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel. And if you missed the stream, well, here it is. Click this video so you can experience what we all did for this new phase. Also, check out my game dev channel. I'm doing some big things over there too. But I'll catch you on my next video, fam. Be right out.